Stirring the coffee with the K-Bar chopsticks. Using the Vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started. But first, I actually have to put on my microphone. Alrighty. I did get enough sleep, but I forgot to plug in my microphone. There, that audio must be a little bit better. Now let's get back. But first, coffee. Nice. 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 A little honey in it today. It's funny how these jars, the jars of honey that are this size, doubled in price. But the monster jar of honey that I get, the local honey that I get, remained the same. I think it actually went down. I used to pay $48 for it. Now I pay $44. Hold on, I'll show you. Alright, I get this big giant jar here. This used to be 48, now it's 44. And this is 5 pounds of honey. So I really like that. It's local. I get it at a local farm. And there is nothing like it. There's absolutely nothing like local honey, especially when you're dealing with respiratory issues, throat issues. Honey is a antibacterial, antifungal. It's just great for you. So if you can get local honey rather than just picking up something in the store, supermarket, do it. It's worth going on a little trip trying to find beekeepers that are local to you. Well, here's a great lesson today for you. Make yourself irreplaceable. How do you do that? And some of this is going to be a repeat for some of you. The reason why I repeat things is because I know people's retention rates vary from person to person, from month to month and year to year. Because you may have heard something before doesn't mean that you are now practicing it. So I urge you to listen and practice. Walk with a spring in your step, like a sense of urgency. Walk 25% faster than everybody else with that sense of urgency, and walk with kind of a smile or a pleasant look on your face. I know many times the part-time job where I work, people just stare at the sidewalk. I feel like I'm putting people out, I'm inconveniencing people by saying good morning or hello. It's easier just to walk past people, it seems like. And it's probably has a lot to do with working for the state. I think there's a certain demoralization that happens when you work for government agencies, but I never let that happen to me. So I do the opposite of what everyone else does. I'm the good morning guy, but I'm not irritating. I hold the door for people. I don't let a door... I have had people literally walk in a door and it closes right in my face. And I'm the guy that even if I got to wait an extra 5 seconds to hold the door open for somebody, I do so. So all that to say that some of you who work in government agencies, state or federal, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the lowest common denominator of IQ, motivation. They hire the lowest of the low. And it's not hard to be the smartest person in the room when you work for the state. And I'm talking even with highly educated people. Just the motivation isn't there, the attitude is crappy, and you're so better off working in a private sector or starting your own thing. Yeah. Shoulders back. Shoulders back. Chest out, stomach in, head held high. And as I have taught students over the years, your smile is the key that starts to unlock doors of opportunity. If you practice these things and these things alone, you are already 95% ahead of everyone else that you work with. Out on the road today, I saw a deadhead sticker on a Cadillac. A little voice inside my head said, "Don't look back, you can never look back." Don Henley, 1984. Can you believe it's been that long since that song came out? Psalm 34:18, using the English Standard Version, the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. That's everybody. Even people who messed up their own lives. Even people who are the authors of their own brokenness. The Lord does not abandon people who screwed up. The distance that one might feel from God has nothing to do with God, has everything to do with you. God is there. He said so. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. Do you know someone who is brokenhearted? Do you know someone whose spirit is crushed? The Lord is close to them. They might not feel it, but He's there, and they need to know that. Yesterday I talked about all house guests, like fish, go bad after 2 days. When you visit someone and are staying at their home, weekends are great, Friday night, Saturday night, and depart on Sunday, but never overstay your welcome. Leave while everyone is still laughing and smiling and feeling good about your visit. Never be somebody else's pain in the ass. Never. Never. Even if that means half the trip. Even if that means half the time spending with the folks, with the people where you go. It's always better to leave while everyone is still smiling and not wishing you would go or wishing that trip would end. I am starting my groups next week. I do know this. Let me tell you what groups I'm starting, and these are not going to be like private men's community kind of things. Not at all. They're literally going to be support groups, not therapy groups. They're going to be coaching groups with me as the facilitator. There is going to be a breakup group for men who have just gone through a breakup and you're having a hard time. There's going to be a group for men who are going through divorce and you're having a hard time. 2 different groups. I was going to have them together, but I decided that it's 2 different groups. 2 different groups. I think that's a wise way to do it. What I'm not going to do is compare people that were dating with people who actually made the commitment at the altar and were married. It's two different groups of people. So there's going to be a breakup group and a divorce group. I'm doing a widows group and a widowers group. The widows group is the only time that I work with women. And that's definitely going to be on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I will be announcing the times for these groups. And then the widowers group is also going to be on Wednesday. So Wednesday is going to be devoted to widows and widowers. The cost for the group is $150, and we're going to meet via Zoom or StreamYard once a week. If that is too much, it might end up going down to just 2 to 3 times. But it'll be $150 for the month, and that'll be payable. I don't have a system yet to do it, so the payments will have to come through Venmo or PayPal. I prefer Venmo at this point in time. So that's going to be important. The other group is going to be a business growth mastermind and hot seat group, which focuses on hard deadlines and accountability. If you are in business and starting a business, you need to be part of this group. For $150 a month, it's going to be a great group for you to keep you going as you're starting your business, whatever that business is. And the groups are going to be small, so everybody gets attention. But the beautiful thing about a mastermind group is you basically are benefiting from the intellect of other people who can see things that you can't see. This is not something you're going to get in a school. It's not something you're going to get in a book. You're not going to get this watching any videos. It's live. And I will be facilitating these groups. So right now, breakup group, divorce group, 2 widow groups, widow and widowers, and then the business, kind of a business growth hot seat group based based upon hard deadlines and accountability. It's 5 groups that are going to be starting. If you are remotely interested in those groups, like I said, it's $150 a month, and we meet once a week online. If you've never been part of a coaching group like this, you are in for a real treat. It's so different than anything that I've done here. It's so different than just watching videos and taking courses. And you also, when you're part of these groups, you always must have a notebook and a couple writing instruments, a couple pens with you. Always. Always, always, always. Breakthroughs happen in these groups. They're $150 a month, and each month there are 4 meetings, which is super reasonable. Yeah. What else? I guess that's the news for the upcoming weeks. As far as your weekend is concerned, you know, there is a cold and flu going around because it is cold and flu season. Do not take the hype and all the bullshit of what's going on in the media. You're not going to die. The world isn't crumbling. It's not falling apart. Say goodbye to the businesses that want passports and proof of vaccines. Just say goodbye to them. Eliminate them. Stop bitching about them. For instance, the Philadelphia Pen Show, I'll never go to it again because now they want you to wear a mask and proof of vaccination. So the Philadelphia Pen Show can go fuck itself. I don't know if it's the Pen Show or I don't know if it's Philadelphia that's doing it. We'll see what other pen shows do. But the minute you start wanting vax passports means that you're a fucking left-wing communist. It's got nothing to fucking do with health. It has everything to do with fear and division. And I don't buy that bullshit, and neither should you. So, the events that you went to, and it's only going to get worse. You know, 2022, they are really going to fuck with you big time. The administration in the United States is really going to fuck with you big time. And they're going to mix like a little pseudoscience in there. You throw in a couple lab coats to make it look official. That's bullshit. You know what comes after lab coats? Nightsticks and mace and handcuffs. That's the next level. It's already happening in other parts of the world. So stay strong, pure bloods, pure sperms. You are desirable when shit hits the fan because you have pure blood and pure sperm. What woman wants to have children? What woman would want to have children with a man who's been vaccinated, whose semen has been poisoned synthetically? You are desired and desirable more than ever. More than ever. Pure bloods stay with the pure bloods. Simple as that. And don't let the power of the you-know-what make you cross over, gentlemen. You don't want to be with a radioactive woman. You're not interested in that. And with that, finish your coffee. And I'll see you soon on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
My name is Erin. I use she, her pronouns, and I was...
Why don't you shut up?